Bring that panel in that I mentioned. Alex Nowrasteh is here tonight from the Cato Institute, immigration policy analyst there. And Nick Adams also joins us, founder of the Foundation for Liberty and American Greatness, and also has a book called The Green Card Warrior. Nick, if you can just listen to Alex for 1 minute. I know what he's going to say already because he was on the show last week, and the two of us had this conversation about DACA. And Alex basically made the argument about why it's a bad idea to get rid of it, but it was an economic argument. So make that argument again real quick, Alex, if you can. I'm sure Nick will have a reaction. Go ahead.
So the DACA kids right now, there's about 800,000 of them. 91% of them are employed in the workforce. They pay in federal taxes about $60 billion a year over the next decade, more than they consume in benefits. And their contribution to American GDP over the next decade will be about $280 billion.
Right.
Rescinding their work permits does not mean that they leave the United States, does not kick them out. It merely means that they're deprived of jobs, and or they decide to work in the black market illegally in the United States. So it's not like it gets rid of them, and it doesn't free up jobs for other people by any means. It's a net loss, a huge loss. And
an argument there, Nick, that basically we're shooting ourselves in the foot with this if we kick these people out of the country. Now, I know that may not happen, as Adam Shapiro set up for us. In 6 months, who knows what Congress will come up with. But Alex says this is economically negative. What do you say?
Well, Connell, before you can have an economy, you need to have a country. And if we don't have our laws enforced, if we don't have borders, if borders don't mean anything, then really we can forget about our economy. What I'm interested in is making sure that Americans, anybody that wants to become American, follows the law, just like I had to. I had to endure 4.5 years of torture coming here, and I've got to tell you, I think it's really frustrating to see bad behaviour rewarded. Now,
is it not different though for this group?
Children. They did not choose to come to this country. They're brought here as children. So please address the facts of the program.
1 second. That's is it different for this group at all, Nick? At all for this group?
Connell, look, as I was saying, I have a lot of sympathy. A lot of sympathy for these people because they are children of illegal immigrants. But what I would say is they've been able to benefit from all of the resources, all of the educational opportunities that this country has provided for them. And so now it's time for them to go home and come back the right way, come back the legal way.
There is no legal way for the vast majority of these people to come to this country. You should know that if you actually went through the legal immigration process.
Alex, I do know that.
There is no...
You're just a bleeding heart liberal.
What green card would somebody use who does not have a college degree, who does not have any American family? What green card category will he use to come to this country legally? Answer that question.
Okay. But Alex,
you can't because it doesn't exist. It doesn't exist.
Are benefiting from bad behaviour, and if we don't do something about it, all that's going to happen is we're going to keep encouraging that bad behaviour.
You know, the political reality, guys, on this, I mean, at least the political reality, and this, I don't know if this is the right read or not, but it seems like the president, and a lot of people use terms like, oh, he's punting to Congress, whatever it may be, but it seems like the president is putting this out there and telling the Congress, hey, if you can come up with a solution, I'm fine with these people staying. It doesn't seem, and I know he spoke differently on the campaign trail, Nick, but he doesn't seem to have that same sort of force. I mean, I love these people, love these dreamers, all that kind of talk. It seems like he'd be okay if this was extended as long as the Congress did it and he didn't have to do it. Nick, didn't you think that today? And I'm sure you'd be opposed to that.
Yeah, look, Connell, this is a tough issue for everyone, the president included. This is not an easy decision. There's a lot of emotion here. But as much as this might tug at our hearts, it cannot break our resolve.
Well, what about the economics that Alex brought up? What about that argument? That's what we tried to focus on, you know. But what about, you don't buy that?
Connell, look, there's going to be some economic upheaval. There's going to be a little bit of stuff affected. But at the end of the day, we've really got to prioritise what we think is the most important thing. And I'm respectfully submitting to you and to Alex and to all the viewers out there that what's really important is that we have a secure and strong America, because a country without borders, a country that doesn't enforce their laws, we may not even have
Alex, just let him finish real quick, but then go ahead, Alex, go ahead.
Allowing a reformed immigration system that allows these people to come here legally, to work, or to legalize those who are already legal is the best way to get control of our borders and to get control of the sovereignty that this other fellow claims to want. The government cannot regulate a black market. It can only regulate a legal market.
So your point, all right, so hold on, slow down for 1 second so I can see this. So your point is, And the people got back and forth on this today, too. I saw different arguments here. But your central point is, okay, these people aren't leaving if they're not here legally. That's essentially what you're saying, Alex, is that they're going to stay here and that they may be working off the books or doing something, and that hurts the economy, essentially. And it's better to have them here legally because no matter what, they're here, is basically what you're saying. Is that right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. It's better to have them here legally, and it's better to have a legal system that allows them to stay, because otherwise, if we follow the other gentleman's perspective, we're just going to have a huge black market, and that is more damaging to security than it is to legalize these people, to know who they are so that they're above ground, they're working legally.
Here's the thing, there might be something to that, Nick.
The reality of this situation.
Sorry to interrupt you, Alex, but there may be something to that, Nick, because I was listening to Sarah Huckabee Sanders at the White House today, and they did say, Nick, that these people, these dreamers, most of them came here, maybe they were on average, say, 6.5 years old, and they're in their mid-20s now, maybe some around 30. I think the average is around 25. She said, Nick, that they wouldn't be the priority. The priority in terms of deportation would still be people who break the law, people who commit a crime that say, all right, you committed a crime, you're here illegally, you're out. But these people wouldn't be a priority. So Alex might be right. They may stay no matter what. So what about that it's better to have them here legally working than to just have them, you know, off the books and working in the so-called black market?
Yeah, look, Connell, I don't really buy that. Look, I think it's really important that we send a very, very strong message. Look, this is how illegal immigration works. If there's any kind of reward, if there's any kind of carrot, then people are going to come illegally. They're going to risk their life and their limb if there is a reward. If we make it very clear that if you come to America the wrong way, you won't be rewarded, your children won't be rewarded, there is nothing in it for you.
And you're it sounds like, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but you're personally offended, is your point, in some ways, as an immigrant. You say, well, I didn't
Connell,
have to...
I'll tell you what I want, Connell. I want American children to be able to dream. I want children right around the world like me. I was a child fascinated, enamored with the United States. Just give me a moment.
Just 1
Alex,
second,
I didn't interrupt you. Okay? I want children right around the world, just like me, who dream about coming to America, but come and do it the right way, to be able to come here and enjoy themselves.
Okay.
And I don't want other people who break the law to be rewarded. I don't think that that's unreasonable.
No,
it's time
I hear what
to put
you're
Americans first.
No, I certainly hear what you're saying. Alex, it's got to be quick. I know you wanted to make one point.
And
we do have to go, but make it quick.
And amnesty does not hurt any American children. It helps Americans and grows the economy. And if you know reality, you know legalizing these folks and expanding legal immigration is the only way to deal with security. It is the only way to do it if you're dealing with reality.
In my life.
Well, you see why it's a complicated issue and why it may be difficult for Congress to work this out. But Nick and Alex, thanks, guys.